Okay, understood this concept? Any confusion you have? Any questions you have? What is going on? Cannot. Shailaja.
Understood, sir. But we have to see once again this video.
You understood or not? Okay, so this is the concept of failover. Okay,
Okay.
if one instance terminated, automatically your session is failover to another instance, and also statement will be failover to another instance. So that concept you understood or not? Otherwise,
Yes, sir.
I can teach again. Poonam, you can ping in the chat. Okay, this failover concept is not working from SQL developer. So I was thinking to show from SQL developer, but it is not allowing actually. So there is some other alternative, but as of now, I don't do the troubleshooting. So you have to complete the course actually. Okay. So at the end, you have to understand the concept. Okay. We don't do all these things in the real time. Okay. So we don't check the failure is happening or not, all these things. Okay. We don't get the opportunity. So we give the TNS entries to the user. So we just need to understand what happens if we have this TNS entry. Okay. If you have this TNS entry, so what happens? Okay. If you have this TNS entry, what happens? Okay. If you have this TNS entry, what happens? Suppose, let me ask you a few questions. So user is complaining, okay. User is complaining, I am able to connect to only one instance. Okay. User connections are transferring to only one instance, not to other instance. Why? Understood my question?
If they are using only public IP or private virtual IPs.
Virtual IP. Okay, they are in there. Okay, what is the question you have to ask them? Okay, you have to ask them what is the TNS entry you are using, right?
Yes.
If we get the TNS entry, we can cross verify with our TNS entries. Then we will give the recommendation to them. Okay. Okay, if the user wants, I want to connect to only instance, okay, specific instance. I don't want to use scan. What is the solution you provide?
I will give the public or VIP entries to the client or user.
Only
Except
single IP related TNS entry you give, right?
yes.
The TNS entry contains only single IP. Okay, the question can be different. Okay, the question which I asked before, the question which I asked now indirectly same. Okay, but the answering is different here. Okay, let's proceed. Like what happens if you perform an update statement? Okay, this is what the select statement. What happens if you do update statement? Okay, let me try to start up the instance. So there is a concept is called session and statement. Statement is nothing but select. Okay. Session will be failover. Statement will be executed. Okay. After failover, statement will be executed. This is called failover concept. But update, delete, insert, Okay, these are not statement. Okay, these are all transactions actually. Okay, people are calling it as update statement, delete statement, insert statement. Okay, so these are not statements actually. Select is the main statement, remaining are transactions. Okay, so coming to the rack, we are calling in the different way. Okay, select is a statement, remaining things are transactions, update, delete, insert, these are all transactions. Okay, so in the failover concept, if you try to update, what will happens? So now it is connected to first instance or second instance. Okay, it is connected to first instance. Let me try to run this statement here. Okay, it is connected to first instance. So failover type, failover method, failover is equal to S. Okay, so by default it shows no. Now I am updating. Update all underscore objects. Set object underscore type is equal to table where object underscore type, set object underscore table one. Okay, where object underscore type is equals to table. Okay, and row num less than 5. Okay, row num less than 5. So what happens? 4 records will be inserted. So if you check select object type from all underscore objects where row num less than 5. Okay, what are the things we have in the row num less than 5? Those are updated to table 1. But we haven't given any commit. We haven't given any commit. So if you don't give commit, what will happen? If you do shutdown, automatically your records will be rolled back. Your records will be rolled back. The same thing we are going to do here. So we'll see what will happen. It is connected to instance 1. Update statement is executed. Okay. Update statement is executed. It is connected to instance 1. It is connected to instance 1. Okay, instance 1 is here. Now I am going to do shut about here. Instance is terminated. Okay, what happens to your update statement? We'll check here. It is showing no row selected. Nothing it is doing. Let's go and check in the client session. Okay, just give this one. Transaction must roll back, it is saying. Connect to the instance too, whether it is failover or not. It is failover now. You have to do something. Okay, you have to give slash or you have to run some statement. So then it will throw some error. Transaction must be rolled back. Okay, so you have to give rollback from your end. You have to give rollback from your end. Okay, if you give rollback, then it will be rolled back. If you try to run the statement again, it is moved to the old values. Earlier it shown new values here, table 1 something. Why? Because we didn't give any commit. If you don't give commit, okay, that time if your instance is failed, okay, instance is terminated, okay, your session will be failover. Okay, your session will be failover, but your transaction will not be failover. You have to tell. Okay, you have to tell rollback. Okay, there is no option to commit because your transaction is in the middle. Okay, it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. Okay, So user has to re-update the statement. User has to re-update the statement. He cannot do commit. Okay. He can do only rollback. Again, he has to update the statement like as before, the same way. Then now the user has to give commit. Okay, the same thing will be happen for insert and delete. Okay. If you do insert, if in case in the middle, your instance is terminated, but your session will be failover. Okay. Session will be failover from terminated instance to available instance. But your transaction is failed indirectly. Okay. Inbound transaction directly. It is in the middle. Okay. So it is like, so it doesn't know what has to do. Okay. It is in the middle. So it is asking us to roll back. Okay. It is asking users to roll back that particular transaction, do remaining activity. Okay. User doesn't know whether it is instance terminated or instance failure. He doesn't know anything. Okay. He knows only like we connected to the database. So he doesn't know the session is connected to the instance 1, session is connected to the instance 2. If you have 10 node rack, session is connected to the instance 10. He doesn't know anything. He know only I connected to only database. I don't know anything about remaining. What are the errors based on that? So he will look into it. As a developer, he is aware, right? If he see this error, so he automatically identify I have to roll back the transaction, then only I can proceed further. So he do the rollback and he can run the statements, select statements and update statements and insert and delete. Any questions here? Okay, you can try for insert and you can try for delete. The same scenario will repeat. Okay. Any questions? No, yes.
No, sir.
Is it confusing?
No. No, sir.
Sir, here sir failure method ఉంది కదా select
అది ఇంకా చెప్పలేదు. So, those comparisons I will teach. Okay. At least
Okay,
basic you should understand, right?
oh yes sir.
First you have to connect like this way, then do the practical. Then if I teach those, you can understand. Otherwise you cannot.
Okay sir.
Okay. Tomorrow I will teach those concepts. Okay.
Okay sir.
I will show the failover like with the VIPs and public IPs also. We'll see what will happen if we use VIP, failover is happening or not. Okay, if you use public IP, failover is happening or not. All those things I will show tomorrow. But tomorrow's class will be depending on today's class. Okay, if you don't practice today's class, tomorrow's class you don't understand. Okay, leave remaining practicals whatever you haven't completed. Okay, so just do today's failover concept practical. Okay, I'll upload by next 30 to 40 minutes. So complete today's class related practical. Okay, by today's night. Be ready by tomorrow morning. Thank you. Bye. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.